What's going on, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another DVD slash Blu-ray slash 4K slash Laserdisc update. And yeah, I actually got a lot of DVDs this time. Once again, I hit up the local Dollar Tree. $1 DVDs is so hard to pass up. I buy stuff that I would never be interested in otherwise. Like, over the past year, I've added so many more DVDs than I had planned to the collection, because I really don't buy a lot of DVDs anymore. I don't have interest in them. I'm kind of an HD snob at this point, in a way, because I love high definition, especially now with 4K. It's, like, hard to go back. So, typically, I would only pick up DVDs, like, in a line like Tartan Asian Extreme or something, where a lot of those titles aren't on Blu-ray yet. Or stuff that's just stuck forever on DVD, like a lot of the early 2000s creature features that were made for sci-fi or something like that. Those I'll pick up on DVD, but primarily I avoid DVD. But the Dollar Tree gets me again. They do have Blu-rays, which are nice because I do pick those up when I see them, but I buy so much garbage DVDs from Dollar Tree, but I just cannot help myself. I'm an addict. So with that said, let's jump in. We're going to look at the Laserdisc first, since I only have one. So, a DVD slash like used Blu-ray video game store called Cash and Culture. There were 5 of them here at one point. Unfortunately, COVID and the pandemic strikes again. They're shutting down. So all these local stores that we had, I mean, a few of them had shut down over the past few years. I think there were only 2 left out of the original 5, but COVID had taken the life of the last 2 remaining, so that's really unfortunate. But they were having a going out of business sale where everything was, all the DVDs were $1, so it was like I was in the Dollar Tree again. But they did have some Laserdiscs, which I think were 40% off. I only found one that I was interested in, and it is Surviving the Game, which is one of my favorite movies, and it's in really great condition too. But this is one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love Surviving the Game. You got Ice-T, you got Rutger Hauer, crazy Gary Busey in there. We're going bare hands. Love that stuff. But yeah, this was a New Line home video release, and then I believe the Laserdisc was from Image Entertainment. But yeah, this is a really fun people hunting people movie. I've always really dug it. Used to watch it on TNT all the time as a kid, and it's always stuck with me. And over the past couple years, when I finally picked it up on DVD, I remembered my true love for the film, and really, it's a go-to of mine. So with that said, let's get into some DVDs. First up, I did grab a Christmas title here. This is something I owned on VHS as a kid and used to watch all the time, but I haven't seen it in probably 2 decades or more. And that is Richie Rich's Christmas Wish. This came out in 1998, so I probably seen it in like 2000, maybe. About close to 2 decades, probably. But Richie Rich's Christmas Wish, that's kind of hard to say. Yeah, it's a Richie Rich movie. I don't really remember a ton about it, but I like to pick up Christmas stuff when I see them, especially for $1. So that was a Dollar Tree pickup. Here's another Dollar Tree pickup. We have Iron Wolf. Anything that deals with Nazis or potential war horror, I'm a sucker for. There's not a ton of great ones. There's not a ton in general, but the great ones are even few and far between. I doubt that this one is a great one, but like I said, I'm always intrigued by war and horror and the mixture of the two. So you have some Nazi stuff, there's some soldiers on the cover, looks like there is some werewolf action going on, so looks like something that could be fun. I doubt it's very good, but you know. Next up is another Dollar Tree pickup, so the next few will be Dollar Tree pickups. We have here Candyland, and I just saw this cover and I was like, yep, going in the basket, because come on, I mean, it's probably horrible, but it's just a cool cover. It's called Candyland, and it is got all these like candy corn teeth and stuff, and a candy cane, and this skull with gumballs in its eyes and stuff. It just looked kind of fun. Have no idea what it's about, but it says dying has never been so sweet. I just smiled when I seen that cover because I was like, what are they doing out there? What are these dudes? What are they making? Who's making these things? What's going on out there? This one was $1. 4 movies for $1. That's 25 cents a movie. I mean, it's hard to pass that up. And one of these movies is actually great, and that is this 4-movie Midnight Marathon Demons pack from Universal. Devil is great. I really love Devil. Unfortunately, I do own Devil on disc already, and I own Long Time Dead. So really, I got 2 movies for 50 cents each. House of Voices and Whisper. I think one of these, House of Voices is 2005, which I am venturing into a 2005 marathon. I'm going to be watching a ton of 2005 movies. I would probably say at least 50, maybe more, due to the 22 Shots podcast. That's our next retro top 10, so I'll be becoming very familiar with 2005, and as soon as I seen that, I was like, yeah, I'll grab it for that, but don't know what Whisper is. Devil's good. Long Time Dead, that was from 2002. It was like, okay. Then we have Tank 432, and this is a Scream Factory release. Now, typically I would grab this on Blu-ray if I was going to pick it up, but $1 DVD for a Scream Factory, I can't pass it up. And yeah, this looks like, I mean, it's Scream Factory, so I assume it's horror, but it's definitely war. So if it's another war horror, that's good for me, but I'm feeling like this is going to be like maybe more war action with maybe some dark tones to it. I mean, if it hit the Scream Factory line, typically they're horror, but I don't know. It could be like a virus thing or something. I don't know, but pick that up as well. Another war horror type film here. We got Panzer. It looks like some more Nazi stuff going on there. You got the swastikas on the cover, and yeah, it's another. I mean, I thought this was a pig head at first. When I first glanced at this, I don't know, like it looked like that was a snout and a pig head, but it's not. It's like some sort of mask thing. What, maybe a zombie film? What the hell? It says get the app, see back. They have an app for this movie. What? That's so weird, because this looks like, you know, low budget garbage. They made an app. Strange. Alright, and next up here we have, they had a bunch of these BBC titles, but I didn't really know what they were, so I only grabbed like 1 or 2, I think. But we have Frankenstein. I think this is, I don't know if it's like a mini series or no, it's a movie. So we got Frankenstein here from the BBC. Always down with the Frankenstein tale. You know, there's dozens of them, but I'm always down. Then we have Intruders, and you can find some good stuff at the Dollar Tree sometimes. I think I've seen this before, and I think it was okay. I think it came out in like 2015 or somewhere around there, 2014. But yeah, Intruders. The cover looks cool. Got all those bladed weapons on there. That's always nice. After that, we got The Ranger. And this one was a Shudder film, and it was pretty fun. So, again, you can find some cool stuff there sometimes. It's like a fun little slasher. I don't know if I ever finished this one. I might have started it and then never finished it on Shudder. But yeah, The Ranger. And then we have another BBC one, so I guess I did get multiple. And this one is called Clay. Doesn't really look too good, honestly, but I was curious to see all those BBC. They had a bunch of them, and I think I only grabbed a couple. Then we have Stalled, which is, it commits one of the biggest sins in zombie comedies, and that is a worthy successor to Shaun of the Dead, right on the cover, from Kim Newman from Screen Daily. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's when they say Shaun of the Dead in quotes on a zombie film or a zombie comedy. I can't stand it. Stop doing it. Nobody cares. Nobody expects. Never is it like Shaun of the Dead, or is it a worthy successor, or anybody even thinks of Shaun of the Dead when watching it. And this looks, I highly doubt, and I don't even really care for Shaun of the Dead that much. I mean, I think it's good, but it's not my favorite. But this cover actually is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's about a guy who's stuck in a stall with zombies. That could be fun, but don't say it's a worthy successor to Shaun of the Dead, damn it. I hate that quote. It's everywhere. We have another Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode, and that is Undead. Never seen it, but I like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 things. Not a huge fan, but I like them. We have Krampus, A Christmas Devil. That's another thing that I'll pick up no matter what, is a Christmas horror film. And I may have seen this one before. Those, like, when the Mike Doherty Krampus film came out, like, there was a ton of these rip-offs, like, at Walmart, direct-to-video type thing, and most of them are bad, if not all of them. But I'm addicted to Christmas horror, so I always grab them. We'll save that one for a little later. We have Ouija 3, or Ouija 3. I don't know if this has any connection to the Mike Flanagan sequel Ouija 2, or this is like its own Ouija series. You get a lot of that with these low-budget direct-to-video, like rip-off type movies. I don't know. Looks pretty atrocious, if you ask me. It might not even be a sequel. Sometimes they just title things Ouija 3, hoping that people that like the first two, like the last one Mike Flanagan did, Ouija 2, will think that it's a sequel and buy that. There's a lot of those tactics, and I'm like, what are these guys doing? But I know what they're trying to do, and I buy it anyway. This one, I laughed when I saw this because I was like, is this real? I've never heard of this. I've never heard a single person mention this. Daphne and Velma, an original film. I mean, so they made a Scooby-Doo movie without Scooby. I mean, that's insane. It's Scooby. He is Scooby-Doo. So yeah, it's just Daphne and Velma. I don't know about that, but I like all things Scooby-Doo. I grew up with it, big fan, so figured I would give it a shot. It's a live action film too, so it's kind of weird. And I can't really complain for a buck. Then we have Ava's Possession. I like this one. This one came out in like 2015 or 16, and I remember thinking that it was a pretty good movie. I don't really remember anything about it, but I do remember that I think I gave it like a 7.5 or an 8 maybe. It was a good year that year, so there was a lot of good films, but I'm pretty sure that that's what I'm thinking of. I think it might have something to do with, I don't remember. Okay, let's go over here. We got some more Dollar Tree pickups. This one, which I was really shocked to see at the Dollar Tree, Lake Fear. But look at it. It has the UK rating on it, which is weird. So I'm like, is this a Region 2 movie? Because it doesn't say on the back. And I'm like, did they have a Region 2 in a United States Dollar Tree? That's so strange. I mean, I have a Region 3 player either way. I could play it, but I found that weird. So, Lake Fear. I like lakes, and I like fear. So, unfortunately, they did not have Lake Fear 2, but they did have Lake Fear 3. And I always wonder, like, is this a connection to that film, or is this just a film called Lake Fear 3? You know, sometimes they do that. Is there a Lake Fear 2? I don't even know. That's what you get with these, like this is, I mean, look at that. That looks horrible, but these are all, like, things I've seen in Walmart over the years. That's, like, mostly what Dollar Tree is just, like, Walmart rejects. Then we have I'll Take Your Dead. Now, this is a Scream Factory, so I'm sure there's a level of quality to it, unlike, you know, Lake Fear 3. But, yeah, we got Scream Factory here. I'll Take Your Dead. I figured I would give it a shot because, you know, Scream Factory. Again, I would prefer that on DVD or Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray is probably like $12 to $16 when the DVD was $1. So it's, I would much rather pay $1 and have standard def. Like, HD ain't worth all that much. So we have the Piper next, and again, this is one. So there's like mainly two types of there's like three types of Dollar Tree movies. There's ones that I'm like, oh, this is a good movie, I want this. Then there's like, oh my god, this looks horrible, but it's $1, so I'll pick it up. And then there's ones like this that I'm just like, I just want that because it got rats. I mean, I'm sure it's horrible, but there's ones that, like Candyland, like ones that I just actually want because I'm like, this looks stupid but kind of cool. I'm just like, what are they doing? I just want to see what they're doing, you know. But yeah, that cover, like, it looks like a bad cover, but at the same time, it's like cool artwork. Then we have another BBC one here. This one comes with a nice little slipcover. It's Witchcraft. And yeah, this is, at first I thought these were like mini-series or something, but I think it might actually be a mini-series because it's kind of long, 185 minutes. But yeah, Witchcraft. I don't know, I like witchcraft stuff. I'm not sure the quality of these BBC things, but we're going to check them out. Then we got Door to the Other Side. Again, looks pretty bad. Who's this from? Phase 4 or something? I don't even know who that is. Can't see. But yeah, Door to the Other Side. $1. This one was not $1. I paid full price for this, but it should be $1. And that is Amityville Witches. So I bought this at Walmart, and like most Amityville movies, I usually pick them up just because it has Amityville in the title. It could be like Amityville horrible movie, and I would be like, I kind of want that because it has Amityville in the title, and I like to see my DVDs all lined up, and it's like Amityville. I have a section of Amityville, you know what I mean? And anybody can pretty much use the name Amityville and slap another word on it, and you have a new Amityville movie. My curiosity is always like, do they try to connect it to the franchise, or is it just a movie that they slapped Amityville onto? But yeah, this was at Walmart. I think it was like $12, probably way overpriced to pay for that, but I do stupid things sometimes. This one I got from Amazon. Like I mentioned, we're going through '05. I remember seeing this one a long time ago and actually thinking it was kind of cool. Other people have told me that it's a bad movie, so I could have just been tripping that day or in a good mood or something. But I decided to go with Tamara. Looks so '05, right? Like, does this cover not look super '05? But it's from Lionsgate. I figured I would give it a rewatch. It was like really cheap, like $5 or something like that. So, I mean, not really cheap when you're talking about dollar DVDs. But I wanted to pick up a couple '05 movies to go through that. I got this one from that used video store that I was saying was going out of business. They used Blu-ray and DVD and game store. And yeah, they had... I have a hard time remembering which of these I own, so I grabbed Wicked Little Things. Unfortunately, I do own this one, so I bought it twice, which is annoying. It's the first season. Like, I have like 6 of the 8, and I'm like, can never remember what the 2 are that I don't have. So, the first series, this is after Dark Horror Fest, the first series. I think this was like '06. All these films came out. And yeah, it was one that I already owned, so I'll probably give that away at some point in a contest on 22 shots. But recently you might notice that these are different like than they used to be in past videos. I've reorganized my collection, built a new shelf over there. So I've been reorganizing, and I have one of those apps where you could scan the titles that you have, and you know, it catalogs your DVDs for you. So if I take that with me whenever I'm looking, do I have this, after I get them all scanned in there again, I'll be able to know and not buy the same thing twice or 3 times. Perkins 14, which was part of the 3rd After Dark Horror Fest from 2009. I didn't have this one. I do have a multi-pack that has all of the 3rd season, but I kind of like to own them individually. It's weird. I own all of the 4th season as well. So it's just the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd that I'm still collecting. I did not have this one, so I was very happy about that. And this is actually an '05, so that's cool. Reincarnation. So I didn't own this one. It was $1 at that used video store, and it's an '05, so that's pretty cool. Happy about that. So yeah, I think I only need like 1 more, but maybe now I need 2. I can't remember. They also had this. This was an '05. It is the Skeleton Man. It looks pretty stupid and horrible, but Michael Rooker's in it. It can't be that bad, right? So Skeleton Man, that's an 05. This one, I remember always seeing this at Walmart on the shelf. And I was like, what is this? Like, I just kind of want to see it. And it's 5 girls with a 5 for the F. 5 girls. So it looks like a witchcraft thing. Obviously, got the pentagram there. Ron Perlman's in this. Probably in it for like a minute. So yeah. This one I grabbed from that same store, $1. Most of these DVDs were $1 between Dollar Tree and the going out of business sale. That is Altered. I really like this movie. I saw it last year, and it's like an alien type film, but it's really cool. It's from Eduardo Sanchez, director of Blair Witch, and yeah, it was really fun little movie. If you've never seen it, I recommend it. And then this one from that store, which was I believe like probably Canadian because it has some French on it. That is Kill List. I've seen this before. Really liked it. It's like a cult movie, and of course it has the French description on the back too. So usually Canada, you get the bilingual English. I was about to say American, idiot. And French on the cases, which is I've always thought looked ugly, but you know, it was $1, and that's a good movie. Then another one here from the good old going out of business sale, and it is Wind Chill. I feel like I've seen this before, but I could be wrong. We have Day of the Dead, the remake with Nick Cannon and Ving Rhames, who was in the Dawn of the Dead remake, I think, so that's weird. But yeah, Day of the Dead. I've always wondered, like, what the hell's going on with this cover? It's like zombie faces? I don't think I've ever watched the movie all the way through. I think I've seen some of it on like the Sci-Fi Channel when it came out. But yeah, I'm like, are they like taking zombie faces off and doing something? Like, what's going on here? Steve Miner directed this? I forgot about that. That's weird. Okay, and a couple more DVDs. We got Uzumaki, which is a film from like 2009, I think, somewhere around there. Or no, 2000. It came out in 2000. And yeah, it's a weird movie about spirals. It's strange Japanese. We watched it this past year at our Halloween party, and Carly picked it, and she actually ended up ordering 2 copies by mistake, so she gave me this copy for Christmas, which is pretty cool. And then the final one here, I might already own this, but I couldn't remember. It's Hey Arnold, a Jungle Movie. I definitely haven't watched it yet, but I love, as you can tell, like I love Nickelodeon and 90s Nickelodeon primarily. Got the Rocco hat on and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I still never seen that Hey Arnold Jungle Movie. And it just came out like a couple years ago. 2017. Wow, that's time flies. But I was just very curious to see like what they did with it, and I love Hey Arnold's one of my favorite Nicktoons, so I've always wanted to check it out. I might already own it though, so I'll probably feel dumb. I think I do own it honestly, but I don't see it anywhere, so that's why I was like, I don't know. Alright, Blu-ray time. Blu-ray. So first up here, I have some Disney titles. Rejoin Disney Movie Club. Probably going to give most of these to my niece one day, but for now, some of them I'll watch myself, like this one, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. One of my favorite Disney films growing up. Just a really cool, imaginative, cool set pieces. It's neat. The kids are small and they have these, like, you know, this big ant, and it's all practical effects and stuff. Rick Moranis is, of course, fun. Really good movie. And this is one of those Disney Movie Club exclusives, so you have to join the movie club to be eligible to buy it. And then we got Rick Moranis in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, which I thought was the third one, but it could be this. I guess it's the second one. The third one, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, is not available right now. They don't have it on Blu-ray, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I think this is my least favorite of the 3. I like the Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves a little bit better, but I haven't seen those in ages. But definitely the first one is way better than the others. Got a couple of Christmas ones because I re-signed up around Christmas time, and I was like, just feeling the Christmas spirit, and I was like, maybe I'll pop these in if they get here in time and check them out, but I didn't. So yeah, we got Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas and Twice Upon a Christmas. It's a double feature here. I've never seen either of these, but there's some weird animation in them. I thought these were older, but maybe they're not. Yeah, I've never seen them. Don't know anything about them. This one I have seen, and I did like it. I love all adaptations of this. Anyone that I've seen. We have A Christmas Carol. This is the one with Jim Carrey. Christmas Carol is always a really fun, awesome story, and I remember seeing the animation for this and thinking it looked pretty cool back when it came out. Directed by Robert Zemeckis. I like it. Another Christmas one here. We got Mickey's A Christmas Carol, and like I said, I like all the types of Christmas Carol stories. They're always good. I mean, it's good. It's a good story in general. I even like the Beavis and Butthead one. Then we have a film that I've actually never seen all the way through, and that is Pinocchio, the classic. When did this come out? It was like 1940 or something like that, somewhere in the 40s. I don't even know, but this movie is like old. But yeah, I've never seen it. Never seen Pinocchio. And then another one, we have Snow White, which I'm not sure if I've seen all the way through. I may not have. But yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I always know it from Gremlins. Alright, and so those are all the Disney movie club pickups that I got. I really like joining that club. It's fun. I built up a pretty big collection for my niece so far, and I get stuff that I want too, like Mighty Ducks. So yeah, we have White Noise, which is a 2005 movie. I don't know if I've ever seen this, but a lot of the American 2005 stuff is kind of bad, so I'm not sure if I'll like it. This was a Dollar Tree pickup, $1 for a haunted house, which is I want to say, yeah, it's a Wayans Brothers spoof movie, so, you know, it's like a scary movie. This one, probably overpaid for it, $5 at the Dollar General. Yeah, Dollar General. But like I said, I've said it a million times in my videos, when I go into a dollar store or a place that you don't normally go for movies, and they have movies, I'm like, oh, movies, you know? And I'm going through the racks and stuff like that. Dollar General used to be a pretty good spot, but lately it's been kind of awful. They used to get like tons of Full Moon stuff, but we have Two-Headed Shark Attack and Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Whenever we do our Shark Week this year, I'll have some more shark films ready to go. So, yeah. Dollar Tree pickup, Gallows, $1. Found footage. Always kind of been interested in checking this one out. They made a sequel, so figured it was a pretty good pickup. Another one from Dollar General. I was really happy to see this because this actually was going for more online than what I paid for it, and it was like running like, you know, $15 or something like that, and I wanted it $4.05, but I didn't want to pay that, so I was really happy to see House of Wax on Blu-ray. Of course, the Paris Hilton one, the remake, I guess it would be like the fourth House of Wax. I mean, there's a bunch of them. This is one I'm really interested to checking out again, because back when this came out, me and my friends used to watch it all the time. We'd have like girls over, and it was this and Black Xmas. We would always rotate those, and I remember liking it back then, but everybody kind of hated it. I think that it's a little bit more appreciated now, so I'd be curious to revisit it and see how it is. Alright, here, and then we have Hunger Games Catching Fire. I'm not sure if I own any of these, but I think this is the second one, but I can't remember. I remember seeing the first one and liking it. I didn't think it was great or amazing or anything, but I wanted to check this out and see if it, you know, if I see the other ones for $1 or something, I'll pick those up, but yeah. I don't know why I grabbed this. I was hoping that, you know, because I went to the first Dollar Tree, like I do when they normally get new movies, and I'll grab something, and I was hoping that it was at the first Dollar Tree. I was hoping that maybe they had the other ones at another Dollar Tree, but it was Batman Forever. Now, I like the Batman films. Batman's probably my favorite superhero. I don't really collect non-horror stuff, but kind of wanted to revisit it for $1. But no, they didn't have any of the other Batmans. Another dollar pickup here from the Dollar Tree. And I love when I can find the Blu-rays for $1, because those are, you know, worth the price. And it is Hollow. So, Hollow. I feel like I might have seen this before, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's like all of the Dollar Tree stuff, I think. Now we're getting into like some good stuff. We have Murder Weapon and Deadly Embrace from Vinegar Syndrome. If you watch my unboxing, I had this in it. It is a Linnea Quigley double feature crime erotic thrillers, so we got that. And then I got a Warner Archive package in, and I have most of their titles, but whenever they do the 4 for $44 sale, I really enjoy picking those up. And I think I think there's only a couple more horror films that I need. First up, we have Doll M for Murder 3D, which kind of disappointed me a little bit because I had heard... Dave told me that they actually released like a 4-pack with Hitchcock films, but I think this is the only standard one. So now I'm probably gonna have to double dip on that 4-pack, or if they release standard versions of the other 3 movies, I can just go that way. But I didn't know that existed, so it kind of annoyed me. But yeah, Dow M for Murder 3D. I did not know that film was in 3D till this past year. Pretty crazy. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, the original. I watched the remake recently, and it was pretty good, so I was like, I definitely need to check out the original. So, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. If you've never ordered from Warner Archive directly, wait for their 4 for $44 sales, and they're like $11 each. I own a ton of them now. Actually, I have a bunch here and some over there because of those sales, and they're definitely worth it. Then we have Wolfen, which I did have on DVD. I've seen this one before. It's pretty good. And House of Wax. This one, which version is... Oh, this is the 50s version. This is my favorite one. This is really good. I saw this in the theater last year, and it was really cool. Is it in 3D? I don't even know. Yep, it is in 3D. Unfortunately, I do not have a 3D TV, which sucks. Then we have Mortuary, another 05 film. Carly actually picked this up for me at a used video store, so that's pretty cool. This is Toby Hooper's Mortuary. I remember liking this when it came out, but I don't know if it'll hold up, or I was just like young and impressionable. Then we have Giant from the Unknown from the Film Detective. I haven't watched it yet, but gonna get to it soon. It's the deluxe edition. Based off of a 4K transfer. 77 minutes from 1958. Looks to be some sort of sci-fi type movie. I really like stuff like this, so really interested in that. And then we have Tales of the Uncanny, which is a Severin release. This was the Black Friday exclusive edition, which comes with the extra disc Edgar Allan Poe's Masters of Horror on... Is it Blu-ray or DVD? It is Blu-ray, I think. Yeah, so cool. It's actually on Blu-ray. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It has 4 films on here. Tales from the Uncanny is a pretty good documentary on anthology films that was filmed on Zoom over quarantine. So that's really cool. And then the other films... Eerie 1919's what is it? Eerie Tales from 1919 and Unusual Tales from 1949. Next up here is Woman in Black 2, which when the first one came out, it was a Hammer production, which was pretty interesting because Hammer had been gone for so long. I thought it was pretty decent, but I don't really remember it too much. I've always been curious to see what they did with the sequel, but if I watch this, I'd probably need to revisit the first one. Then we have another dollar pickup. Here we have the Prophecy 4 film collection. Now, I want to say that there are 5 Prophecy films, so it's only the first 4, I believe, which is weird. Echo Bridge Entertainment, I remember when they put these out. I figured I would pick it up and then try to get the other one eventually. I think there's 5. There might only be 4, but yeah, I mean, for $1, can't really pass it up. Then we have here 13 Ghosts, which is a Scream Factory. I've actually been a really big fan of this movie ever since it came out. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I always thought it was cool. I like the mythology behind each of the ghosts. They were really cool. The Jackal being my favorite. I think he's most people's favorite considering he's right on the cover there. Really creepy. But yeah, a lot of people hate this movie. I've always thought it was pretty cool. Then we have another Scream Factory here. We have the Exorcist 3. Unfortunately, it did not come with a slipcover, but I really needed to pick this up because I've never seen this film, and I heard that there's a director's cut on here. So I've always wanted to see the theatrical cut and the director's cut, really. But I've always heard such good things about the Exorcist 3, and it was finally time to grab it. Then we have a film that I have seen before. It's John Carpenter's Someone's Watching Me. First of all, I pick up anything that's one of the masters on Blu-ray. I always try to get all the titles that they have. This one had been eluding me for quite a while. I believe Amazon did a buy 2 get 1 free, so that's when I finally grabbed this. It's a pretty fun little thriller TV movie. It came out the same year as Halloween. It was originally released in that old Warner Brothers Twisted Terror collection that was one of the cooler DVD box sets. It was super cheap, had like Dr. Giggles in it, Deadly Friend, Someone's Watching Me, a couple From Beyond the Grave. For a while there, that was the only way to get some of these films, including Someone's Watching Me, but now Scream Factory released it on Blu-ray. Kind of a fun little TV thriller type thing. Then we have the Arrow video release of Burst City. Just got this one in the mail the other day. Have not watched it yet, but kind of interested in it. It looks like a Japanese Mad Max style Yakuza dystopian sci-fi film. Looks kind of fun. I like stuff like that, so I've never seen like a Japanese one. So from 1982, I believe. Definitely interested in checking that one out. Then we have this box set here, which is the Tremors collector's edition from Arrow Video. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to grab the 4K. It sold out, and then the price went up, and I think it's being released a couple more copies, but the price is really high. I'm not sure if I'm going to grab it because I did get this one. I did watch this, and the transfers are great. I mean, I've only had this on DVD, so definitely a huge upgrade for me. But yeah, Tremors is an all-time favorite horror film of mine. I absolutely love it. It has such a great chemistry between Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward as Val and Earl. Burt Gummer is an awesome character by Michael Gross. Reba McEntire's in here. All the bit characters are really fun. It's just an awesome movie, and Arrow did a pretty sick edition there, even if it is just the Blu-ray, not the 4K. Then we have Lake Michigan Monster, also from Arrow Video. This is a really weird one. It's like this, it's filmed in this old-timey look with like this filter over it and like these effects and stuff. It's in black and white, but is it black and white? I can't even remember now. I can't remember if it's black and white. Yeah, it's black and white. It's completely ridiculous. It's about the sea captain who wants to get revenge on this lake monster for killing his father and stuff. It's absolutely ludicrous, insane. It was pretty fun. I'm going to post a review on it for more of my thoughts. And then we have Silent Running, which is from 1972, I believe. This is a sci-fi film about, it's like an ecological sci-fi film. You know, we've destroyed the earth, dystopian future, about a guy in a spaceship who has like the last remaining plants, and he's trying to keep them alive while people are trying to destroy them. It was okay. I liked the concept that there's some cool little robots and stuff in there, but it was a little boring at times. But I kind of started to get into it the more that the movie went on, so it's all right. And then we have Synchronic here, which is another film that I'm going to post a review on, and it is a sci-fi film from Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. They're the guys behind Spring, The Endless, and another film which the name is escaping me, The Resolution, I think. I haven't seen The Resolution, but the other two films very good. This is another sci-fi film. I did record a review for it, so I'll upload my thoughts on that later. But it's about this drug called Synchronic that messes with time and space. It's a pretty cool film. Then we have some Vinegar Syndrome titles. A couple of these Carly got me for Christmas, which was really awesome. One that I definitely wanted here was Zombie 5 Killing Birds, also known just as Killing Birds. The cover is way better than the movie. This is a really cool cover from Vinegar Syndrome there, and even the original artwork was kind of cool. But yeah, the movie's not that great, but it is technically kind of officially a zombie film. And yeah, it's probably the worst of the zombie films, but I kind of enjoy it for what it is. Italian crap. Then we have Grandmother's House, which the title of this one always seemed cool to me. You got this old looking car on the cover and stuff. Vinegar Syndrome is definitely one of my favorite labels, and this is another title that I'm happy to have in the collection. It's called, I don't know what that is, but it's Cemetery something. It doesn't even have the oh, sorry, I'm stupid. It's Grave Robbers, I believe, which is a Spanish film. This is a 1989 film called Grave Robbers. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but it looks kind of cool. Interested in checking that one out. And next up here, we have the film, I don't know what the title is in Spanish, but it's Grave Robbers from 1989, I think. I don't know anything about this film, but the cover looks pretty cool. Looks kind of interesting. It's an early Spanish satanic sect film, so that's kind of interesting. Vinegar Syndrome. Always love Vinegar Syndrome. Then we have Don't Go in the Woods Alone. This one is from, when the hell is this one from? 1981. I think I've seen this before, but I'm not 100% sure. It has a really cool cover there, but yeah, so there's so many Don't movies that I always forget like which is which. Okay, and then we have the Forgotten Jiali, and all those Vinegar Syndromes there Carly bought for me for Christmas, so I really appreciate that. Forgotten Jiali, I picked this up for the Black Friday sale. A really cool box set there. I did an unboxing for these, so I'll be brief. But it comes with the killer on. The killer is one of 13. Police are blundering in the dark, and trauma. So those are the three from that set, which is a really nice set that Vinegar Syndrome put together there. Not a huge fan of Giallo films, but I do like the good ones. And then we have Forgotten Jiali Volume 2. Again, really nice set. The titles in this one are My Dear Killer, Girl in Room 2A, and The French Sex Murders. So that's what we got in Forgotten Jiali Volume 2. Really cool that they did a box set for these. I don't know if there's a third one planned, but I really like the box sets and what they've done with them. So yeah, really cool. All right, let's get into the final bit here. We have the 4Ks. First up here, we have one that I picked up at Walmart, and that is Cloverfield. This was a pretty good found footage movie. I remember when it came out, I thought it was okay, but the more I've seen it, I really like it. It's a really cool found footage, like almost like a kaiju mix with a found footage film. Giant monster attacking New York City. A lot of fun. Some of the effects are a little bit dated now, but still pretty cool. This was only $10 at Walmart, so I thought it was a good price, so I picked it up. Then we have Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker. I actually don't own any Star Wars films other than on VHS, so I figured probably a good idea to pick them up eventually because I do really like them. And 4K, what better way to pick up the Star Wars films than in 4K, I guess. I can't remember which one this is, if this is the last one or the second to last one. I really don't know. All the titles confuse me. But yeah, I'm not super crazy about the new trilogy, but I do like it. And I like the spin-offs, but yeah, I picked that up. It was part of Walmart's Black Friday sale. I think it was like $8 or something like that. Then we have another Vinegar Syndrome. This was part of the Black Friday sale. I grabbed Deadly Games Dow Code Santa Claus. I saw this for the first time this year. I thought it was really cool. It's like Home Alone as a horror film. Really, really fun. It's from, I want to say it's like from France or something. Forget where it's from, but yeah, such a neat film that not many people really knew about. So I think that's really cool release from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's 4K. Surprised that this wasn't part of the VSU line, but they released a couple 4Ks before they started that line. And then we have 1917. This was one of the coolest war films I've ever seen. I really like how it was filmed. I'm sure it looks fantastic in 4K. I remember in the theater it looked pretty damn amazing, so I'm sure it's going to look awesome. I got that during Black Friday as well for pretty cheap. Then we have Knives Out, another Black Friday title. I think it was like $7.88 or something like that. Yeah, it was at Walmart under the like promo titles that they do for Black Friday. Of course, they had the regular title on the shelf, so I went and grabbed a slipcover and put it on there because I prefer them with slipcovers if I can. Yeah, this was a really, really fun movie. Saw it in the theater when it came out. Really enjoyed it. It's like a whodunit type mystery film. Really fun. A Beauty, or just Beauty and the Beast. Is this the... Yeah, this is the live action one. Grabbed it on 4K. This is one of those titles where I needed to fulfill my Disney Movie Club thing, and I forgot to cancel it, so I was like, whatever, I'll just keep it. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast, and then the original Beauty and the Beast on 4K. I've never seen either of them. Not sure how good they are. They were from like the classic Disney Renaissance in the 90s, so at least I think it was. So I'm sure that, you know, they're pretty quality. Or this one anyway. Just a couple more here. We have Total Recall. I've never seen this film. It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. Always loved Arnie, and all the Arnold Schwarzenegger films I've seen I've pretty much liked. So yeah, I've never seen this. Figured what better way than to check it out on 4K. This just got released. And then we have Vigilante. I just posted a review of this, so definitely check that out. 4K release from Blue Underground. Blue Underground is doing some insane transfers. Really, really good, high quality transfers from Blue Underground. Gotta love the lenticular covers as well. Really cool. And then this one cost me an arm and a damn leg, but I finally got it. And that is Daughters of Darkness. I'm not even really into this film. I seen it one time. Now, I did watch it after being up for like 20 hours or something during the Joe Bob Marathon. So I was a little out of it at that point. The last drive-in that he did, the 24-hour marathon, this was like the 5th or 6th film. But yeah, Daughters of Darkness. Gotta love the lenticular cover. I'm sure the transfer is great. But yeah, it's like lesbian vampire stuff. I'm curious to revisit it, but definitely wasn't one that I loved the first time I seen it. And then, of course, we have the Mammoth Dawn of the Dead box set. I'm not going to take out everything. I've done an unboxing on it, but this set is absolutely insane. Of course, it is the 4K set from Second Sight Films, the only Second Sight title in my collection. But yeah, just love this box set. It's insane. And the final 4K that I have here is another crazy edition. It is The Beastmaster from Don Coscarelli. I like this movie. I've only seen it once. But, man, this is an incredible set. There's a magnet in there. It's a magnet. It opens up like this damn book. It's just an insane presentation from Vinegar Syndrome there. Wow. I mean, it's just nuts. And this is the first in their VSU line, if you could see that. I don't know if the focus is in, but it is the first in their Vinegar Syndrome Ultra line. I keep wanting to say University because it looks like a book. But yeah, the VSU line. If all of their releases are in this style, I will get every single one of the VSU line. I think this was $40 or so. It's a premium, but you're getting a premium product here. Vinegar Syndrome does insane transfers as well. But yeah, it's just a super nice. It comes with a booklet, and of course the 4K release of Beastmaster. It's a fun sword and sandals type movie. But yeah, this set is super cool looking. So that's it, guys. That's all I got. Loving the 4Ks, obviously. It's got some great Vinegar Syndromes. A ton of crap from the Dollar Tree, but that's been regular lately, so I'm sure you guys are used to it. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys next time with another one. Peace out.